Ronnie. 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 Yeah, you talking to me? Yeah. You want to argue with me? Well, tell me your story and we can discuss your reality. You want to let me in and show me something? Well, open the door and show me. I'm not going to agree or disagree other to agree that I heard what you had to say. Now say it. You said it. What do I think? What do I have to say? Oh, now I'm disagreeing with you. So I'm arguing because I disagree with you. Does that mean I'm arguing with you or seeing it different? Hold on a second. We have to get, like, we don't do this all the time. This is a special Poe, and then this is a different one. Different grades. You know, you have to have different grades of gasoline. The mind works with different grades in it. Really best not to smoke unless you eat, because your body will demand. It needs its sugars. It needs to eat. It needs to go into the brain. It needs to take those salts all over the place to bring the air, whatever else it does, whatever the body does. I just know we're a system. And we can't think unless our operators are all working. We got to wake them up. We got to wake them up by connecting them all together. Right now they're apart. I can't think. Better a bong so you don't burn the internal. Because whatever you burn or whatever you do to your body, the body has to come back to refurbish itself. So if it refurbishes itself, I only got one energy cell. Boom, 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 boom. I don't do that often, but I gotta show you the real life. This is the real life, my friend. Didn't go to work today. Where am I right now? Oh, that's a hobby. Had a phone call, had to decline it. Don't want to interrupt my connection. I can't take one connection to interrupt another connection. May as well just shut that sound off, right? This is number 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, there's a whole process to this. I haven't done this in a long time, and when I did do it the first time, I didn't have all that knowledge that I have today. The knowledge that I think I have, what I understand, what my own personal argument with myself in the stories between two sides is a discussion. I want to know what this side knows, and I want to know what this side knows, and I want to see the difference. And I want you to tell me if my difference of these two sides coincide with the better understanding, okay, for the facility of every relationship to correspond and move on. Which means everybody has to have their way in balance. If you're going to send the water down the river, don't put up a dam in between. It won't slow it down. But if you do put up a few rocks, it'll leak on through. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. 5 will automatically cut it in half. It'll become 1.5. If this becomes 1.0, this becomes 1.5, 1.5 times. When we multiply it, 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, we get 24. But we also get 2 times 3 times 4 equals to 24. The same number. 1, 5, and 9 are all in the relationship together. Anything we multiply by 5 will always become half. So when we split the 24-hour clock and we multiplied it by 5, we ended up with 12 instead of 24. If we had the whole 10, we'd have 224 or 240 hours for a 10-day Mayan period. Understanding how we can break down these numbers and where the relationships are so that if we start at the primary core, that it'll work the same for every other number of the same sort. The equation is the equation, plus and minus, God said, to bring it all into reality, into relativity by Einstein, to understand that Nostradamus, who was all over the place, who had codes for, I'm not even sure wahoo yet. I'm not caught up to that. In fact, I've just learned a few and had to move on because look what it's done in the last 10 years. We get 1, 2, 3, 4. We get 10, and we get 24. Scored a Super Bowl, 10, 24. What we're going to do now, okay, is we will leave out the 1 here and leave out the 1 here. Brings me to my 9 birth, and still leaves me with the 24, equaling to my 33 plus 1, 34. 1, O-N-E, end zone, zone, equals to 34. Equals to 34. So we now have 10 plus 24 is 34. Plus 5 equals to 39, and now we have the sky system. Take away 1, we have 38, we have the church. That's chapeau. 2 sides that come together. 2 hooks. 1 hook is like this, it's an L, and the other hook goes over it. 2 L's that go over each other. We can put them straight up, but we'd have to be able to, it depends, if we want to hide. If we want to hide ridges, okay? If we hide a ridge and we get solar flare or sunshine off these ridges, we'll have a glare in that area. The glare won't be the same. It'll shoot off. I did want to show you something. I really want to show you something. I'm going to break up this video by something that I'm thinking about right now. And I think it's in the camera card, and I really want to show it. No, it's not in that card. I know I'm breaking up this video to try and find this. No, okay, I don't have that card right here. And what I wanted to show on that card was that the way I see the bubble of Earth is it's turned and turned and turned, right? Okay, turned and turned inside. And on here, okay, in that turn part, the spiral, turned and turned and turned, is a little thing. I know this is crazy, and I know you're going to look inside, you're not even going to know what you're going to see. But there's going to be, oh, I can't do it. It's in another picture. I'm going to have to post it. Let me get back on to what I was talking about. And it's these numbers over here. Let me move over my table to my way. Can't see my own page. So we end up with 10, 15, 24 equals to a total 39 equals to the sky system. But now I'm going to add on 5 times 24 equals to 120. 120 plus 10 plus 5 equals to 100 and what? That's right, 135. 135. It says ACE. Where is that 135? It's supposed to be down here somewhere. Well, it's not on here, but it says ACE. It is the ace, it is the cat, and the cat has to be also understood when the cat is reversed, that the C, the A, and the T letters are 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2 divided by 3 equals to 10, 4 communications. The exact parallel of this dice, 6 opposite of 1, and then 4 opposite of 3 makes my 3 and 1 4, and my 6 and 4 10. That is my 2 to 1 odds. 2, Venus, 2 to 1 odds, right? Boom, boom, boom. The center one owns 2 and 2. The center owns 4. The corners, okay, owns only 2, and the separate 2. Everything is divided by 1. Can't you see? 1 goes up and down and divides everything at the quarters. Here's 1/2 and here's 1/2. Right? Here's 1/2 on this side and here's 1/2 on the other side. Otherwise, it's divided by quarters and halves. This is the way things are put together in numbers. I hope I'm explaining this correctly. So we get to a total of 135 up here, right? 135. I did a count that was a little bit different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, and then 4. This is another equation I'm working on, and I just want to show you part of that equation, going back and forth. Here, I put together Earth, Sun, Sun, Sun. 3 different ways we can use these vowels. I put Earth, E-A-R-T-H. I moved it forward and moved the last to first becomes heart. I move it forward, and they call it to hear in the earth. Time heaven. This is where the moon comes in. This is where the moon comes in. Your ear to hear in the wolf that howls. Urethra. Whatever that is, it goes in over here because the E and A are last. Okay, this can be Arthur, urethra, I don't know. But this is what happens when the letters move forward. Here it almost says Arth. So you can put a letter in front. I don't know what to do with this. This is something I came up with. I know it works because everything I've done so far for me works. Let me get back to the next piece. I don't like to interrupt like this. I'm confusing enough as it is, and I completely understand. Down at the bottom, I now go 9 times 8 times 7 times 6. 9 times 8, 72 times 7, 504, which is the Federation, the gateway inside the sun. And times 6 equals to 3024. Times 5, it cuts it in half to 1512. What's special about 1512 is 5, 2 is Earth, 5, 1 is Mars, 1, 5 is 1 quarter, and 2, 5 is a quarter. That's how 212, 121, 11 times 11. Where 5 cuts in, because it's the 5 that splits everything apart. Because when you talk the 5, right, the 5 shows 3 levels, 1, 2, 3. The 5 is the true marking of this dice. We don't need anything else but the 5. It shows to the right side. See this? These 2 dots here and these 2 sides? They're from the other world, from the other side. These are from the other side. This one links these 4 to link all the other ones. That's why we have 5, and that's why we have 6, because 6 owns the 1 in the center. Okay, the 1 in the center of 5 is here, and it's the opposite of 6, so 6, 5, and 1. 1, 5, and 6. And 6, since the center, 3 divides everything apart in half, half and half, right? Since we divide it this way and not this way, above and below, each side getting the top and a bottom. This side's getting up here and down here, this side's getting down here and up here, from the sky below. They each make the raptor claw mark. So this 3, okay, on this corner here, how can I show you this corner here? No. Is it this corner here? 3, 5, and 6. 3 and 5 each have the dot, and the 6 is the one with the holder of the light, dividing on 2 sides. Now we are going to get this one step further. Do I have a clip to hold this on? I need a clip. Don't have a clip. So we're going to try and hold this on. We end up with 15 and 12. And what's funny about 15 and 12 is that I'm going to tell you a number. I'm going to write it down. 7286 take away 5765 equals to 15. When I got this number, this was the Hebrew year. This was the answer. Okay, 1, 5, 2, and 1, 7, 11, if you want to look at it that way. And when I come in here, when I cut this in half, I get 15, 12. So I've cut each of these in halves. The total is 1632. 16 is half of 32. It is the doorway. 1632 equals 7 and 5. 15, 12, 16, 12, 1632. The doorway for 1 and 6. 1632 will go 120, 120. Okay. In fact, I must have made a mistake here because I think I said 135. Yeah, it was 135. 120, 135. So I got 135, and I have this number here. Cycle of the moon, number of the sun, Energy, 5 and 7 is the moon, 5 and 4 is the sun, 5 and 1 is Mars. That's the memory we got. 514, Montreal area, holding highways, 20, 40, 13, 15, and 19. Take it to letters, M and S. So over here we get 71. That is the alternate gate. Alternate gates. The 1547, 1667, 1677, 1772, and 1771. Without this one. Remember, right? Now this 9 doesn't have to be compromised because all of a sudden the 9 is automatically inside this 5. 5 becomes 9 when it becomes birth. It only comes here for the birth. And then it goes back 6, 7, and 8, 21 inside the cube. Right? So what we get here, okay, is 6 times 7 is 42. Times 8 is 336. 336, 12 moons, 28 days. 336. 336 plus 21, 346, 356, 357. Creation of the electric moon, our moon, 357. 3 times 57, 57, 57, 57. The moon, okay, the moons that we call the moons is number 57. It equals to 171. It is the gateway. Mars has 2 moons, Earth has 1. The first 4 planets, 1, 2, 3, 4, have a total of 3 moons. Total of 3 moons. We take this number over here, we have 3024. This makes 1008, 1008, 1008, 108, 54 and 54, 27 and 27, 9, 9 and 9. 9 times 9 is 81. And we work it up from there. 54 is the sun, 81 is Venus. 108 is the Twin Towers because of the separation. 108, 109, 110, 111. One on this side, one here, one over here, one over here, one over here. One on each side and one dividing them in the middle. The thieves on the cross, right? Everybody went straight down into the ground, but on each side there was something or someone else, right? That's how we get our relationships here. Now, taking away that we do not multiply by 9, we take 336 and we multiply it by 5. Automatically, boom, 168 hours in a week. 336 moons, we have 336 days, we have 12 moons of creation, 36, 363. 3 times 6 is 18. 18 times 3 is 54 the sun. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 6, 9 and 6 rotation, 54 the sun. 12 moons. We get an automatic. If you want to bring the numbers down a little bit, we get 1680, plus we have to add 21 and 5, 26. Venus, Saturn. We get 1706. If we get a 0 over here, add 6. 1706, 1706, 1680, 1706. So we take 1706 from down here in the short count, and we add 1547. In 1706, this is 1680, whoops, sorry, 1680 plus 26, 1706. We can also look at that because of the 06, we can now mark 1766. And because of all my time periods are 10 years behind, right, from the year date 1775, my year that I work on is the year 5765 base. The year 5760 was the year 2000. I came into this in 2005. It might be easier to mark everything off of this number. 5 times 4, the sun, equals to the 20. 500 times 4 is 2,000 years. 5 times 400. 576 is your 18. So now we get 1706. 1706, and this equals to a total of 9, equals to a total of 5, equals to a total of 1. 9 and 7, 16. Carry the 1. 9 is, carry the 1. 5 and 4 is 9, carry the 1 is 10, 0, 1, 5, 6, 7. The number is 159. 159. That's the numbers we're working off. 5 and 1 is 6. 5 and 5 is 1. 5 and 9 is 5. 1 and 5 is 6, 1 and 9. 1 and 5 is 6. 1 and 9 is 1. 5 and 9 is 5. All these combinations will just keep this, okay? 9 and 5, 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 9 and 1 is 10 equals 1. 1 and 5 is 6. 9 and 5 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 9, 5, and 1 equals to 15 equals to 6. And these numbers are all reversible numbers, okay? They're all reversible numbers. 5 and 1 are 291 or 591. This is born to the spirit of ANI. 2, okay, and 5. The difference is, on one side, they have the singular plug. But on the other side, they hook up the 2. All these numbers, in order to create 1, 4, and 7 of our original spirit, with these numbers, 1, 4, and 7, this number, you need 0, 9, okay, to make the 1 again. 0, 9, and that is your birth. 109, 10, and 9. 1 times 9, 1 plus 9. ANI. This 0, once you get 0, it's a representation of 51. Mars. Everything's coming out of Mars. 55 makes 10 in the center. This will create, you see, you have to do this 3 times. Okay, and the reason you do it 3 times, okay, this is May 5th. 5 times 5 times 5 when it all began. We do it 3 times because we're doing it for each number. This number gets this number gets this. This number, 9 and 9, I missed one number here. I have to be sorry. 1 and 1 I forgot is 2. Oh my God, okay. Okay, 1 and 1 is 2. 5 and 5 is 10. It becomes 1 again. Okay, 9 and 9 is 18, becomes 9. This becomes your birth. And this becomes your birth, and this is B and B. Because in the piano, every ninth key, the ninth key of the piano, the first ninth key of the piano, okay, is a B. It goes back to B again. If I count 9 again, okay, I will go to B, okay, then I will go to C and then D. The next one would be D. And as I go on to 9, this is the Venus birth. Venus birth between 1. When I bring 1, 4, 7 into this, the 5, okay, I want the 5 to be equal to 4. I have to minus 1 or I have to plus 8. That plus 1 and 8 is right here on the dice. This is what happened. The 8 ghost gets plugged into 1. This is the AHR letter. This spells the rabbit, the hare. All I'm missing is the E, right? But the E is automatically, E, F go together. Because once the 1 go in here, it creates a 5 and a 6 and a 7 all in one dice. 5, 6, 7. In fact, it creates 4, 5, 6, and 7. The 4 corners, okay? The 3 goes across. In fact, it creates all the dice once this does this. Once this enters into this, it creates all the dice. It ignites. The 4 corners alone is 4. The 1 in the center with these 3 would be 3. These are your 2. Your 1 is coming from the other side. So 1 is always on the other side. Your 5 takes the center in these. And then 6 alone here. You just have to turn the dice 3 times to get all the numbers. So 4. 5 to get the 4. 5 to get the 7. You get a 2. 5 to get to 10. You get a 5. 5 to get to 13, 1 and 3 is 4. You get 18, 25, 18, 52. 21 is the cube. 82 is the cycle of the moon. It's also Venus and Neptune. 52 is Earth. 51 is Mars. 51 and 52 is 103, which is communication. 103 is Mercury. All you're missing is 1, and the only reason that 1 is missing because it comes with number 1. This becomes 2, 5, and 8, which is here on the calculator. It is the sleeve. It is the glove of the calculator or the number keys right over here. 2, 5, and 8 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 15, 15, 15, 15. The star key says all 15, and it all represents Mars, Mars, Mars. So when we want to get to 9, with 9, we have to put 2 minus 9 equals to 7. 9 plus 7. So now here we represent the 1 cube. Here we represent the 2 cube. 3, 1 and 2, 3 to create the 7 over here and the 4. The next one over here is the 9. And so in order to get the 9 into value of 7, okay, we need the 2 and the 7. We want to get the 9 to value of 4. We need the 5. We want to get the 9 to a plus value. 9 and 4 equals to 13. 1 and 3 is 4. Number to the sun. 3 times 27 is 81. Venus, artificial intelligence. Right over here. 3 times 6. 3 plus 6 equals to 18 and 9, 27, which creates all of these numbers. 9, bringing it to the 4 world, add 4 equals to 13. Minus 5 equals to 4. Take away 9, take away 8, take away 7, take away 6, take away 5. Now what you got to do is now you want 9 into the 1. Well, you have to take away 8 or add 1. So inside of the 9 numbers, you have 18, 27, 54. So these are how we get these combinations and relationships. And this will work for anything, and I can do this again. Exactly what I just did now, I can do again. With anything, with all the numbers, because if I forget and you show me this, I'm going to remember. And I dread the day. I dread the day. It's the only thing I panic about, that one day I'm hoping somebody will see and understand my mathematics, my equations. And so that I can say, if I forget, at least somebody can carry it on, because for me it's very important. It has big truth. It brings an energy into me. I am energetic because of this. I can't even express how alive I feel, as much as I'm a little decimated to what the reality of this planet is, but I'd be more decimated that I didn't think I had a chance in 100 or 200 years, because time really only exists in the actions of needs. When something has to be done, there's a need. You have to do it. You have a time period before the body part will break. The truck will not make it there. You won't have the gas. Raphael. And I didn't finish these numbers yet, and I always screw up this page, right? This was 159. Now, if I add it, I'm going to show you something when I add it now. I'm going to add it. 7 and 6 is, okay? If I would have, first of all, let me show you over here. Over here was 17.0. It should have been 66. If I change this and put this 6 here, right, as 1766, this number is no longer 159. This number would be like this. I would take away, this would be 9. This one would be a 6. So instead, over here, instead of this, it would say, I'm quite sure it would say 229. There's my 29. This is your birth egg. 5 times 4, 5 plus 4 equals 20 and 9. 22, Venus and life. 2 and 2. 2 this way and 2 this way. 2 sides of the cover of the house. Imagine a spiral. The end of the spiral, you know that little round piece? See this design? Something hits this item, right? And it boing, 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 but nothing happens to this because this is flexible on a spring. Imagine, okay, that there are 2 of these. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on a second. This is a long video, eh? Long video. Long video. Long video. Can you see that design? Can't see the design, eh? Well, I was going to show you what happens when I duplicate this design and put 2 of these back to back, and then put one in the front and one on the side. We're living inside, I believe, one of these. They talk about on the programs and everything. One of the items added to my list where we possibly can be and how they can protect us in space is because this freaking space might be huge, whatever it is. But we have to live in one of these to be fully protected. The only way in is actually probably this way and just a couple of portholes. Okay, this might be all opened. Like if somebody comes crashing down, this would spread open and it will pass right on through, right through to the other side. It'll just move over. They know the coordinates, right? They know the exact coordinates. If they know within 2 minutes something is coming down, they open up, they let it go through. We feel the wind and the draft that comes in. Then they open up an airway over here. Then they'll turn around in circles, call that Kansas City. Highway 35 and something, 35 and 40? Is that what it is? It's got to equal to 105. Oh, 70 and 35. So we did all this. I showed you these numbers. We took away 9 because I replaced it with 5. We take away 1 because I'm replacing it with 5. So this one's going to end up to be 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 14. Count around the dice. 5, 3, 4, 2, 14. 6, 2, 1, 5. 6 and 5, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's all 14s. It's all 14s, okay? So we get 14 up here. And if you take the ace and you put it last, like in blackjack or whatever, from 1 to 14, it equals to 105, and the hand of God equals to 165. 165 because 9 flips upside down to become 6. 1 becomes 3 because it's from the roof to the floor. 1 becomes 3 and not 5, 5 in man. That's the way I look at 5 and 1 in man. So we get 3. We get 365, but you don't see it here because I can create it because I understand the numbers. So back over here, instead of getting 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, we still get the 24 and the 9, and we become 33. 3 and 3, 6 man. 3 plus 3, 3 times 3, 9, and 6 is 15. 9 times 6, 50 for the sun. 5 and 4 equals to 20 and 9, 29, and that is our birth, the egg that comes into the noodle. So this we have, this over here would be, the answer would be 1680 in this number. 8 by 7 by 6, the 12 moons down to 6 moons. 6 moons, 28 days, 120 and 48. 120 is the cycle, 120, 120, 240 hours, half the clock. 1680, 8 hours during the day. 16 hours during the day, 8 hours at night. There's so many numbers that go with this. 68 is the communication and the 9 lives of the cat. But it's 20 minutes, and I'm not getting any headway right now because I'm more mumbo-jumbo, and I understand and I see, but what am I creating is the question. What is it? What is it? I know basically where the, look at my eyes. It's like, holy crap. Is that normal? That my eyes should be falling over? Anyways, yeah, it's the vibration within the body. You want to feel good, you want to get a buzz, you want to have a drink, you want to go out, you want to dance. Well, this is something natural that vibrates inside you from an energy that exists already, but somehow is not, we are not capable of recognizing it, believing it, that it's even there, whatever it is. It's a new vibration, it's an old vibration, it's vitality for everybody. It's like the energy source of life, but I don't want to sit and do yoga, and you don't want to do this, and he doesn't want to do that, so our minds are not concentrated enough because it's been drafted away. That's why I believe the THC, okay, is like a gum. It's like a gum, and it goes into your head, and it pulls the cells together so they can not rejuvenate, but work together to elevate the system in doing things, just like apple cider vinegar and coconut oil and every other herb on this planet. Because it's herb that did everything. It was an herb in everything. I and E, 9 and 5, the electronic world of birth, the organism that reproduces itself, that we don't have to go to a factory and do it ourselves because we're the organisms that reproduce the cars and everything else. Cars reproduce themselves because humans demand them. So they keep on doing it, just like those little ants and soldiers. It's a big world realm we live in, my friends. The greatest thing, how things are built and put together. And once you can understand that vibration and it's inside of you, the capacity to understand and believe and to argument is not a question, it's a discussion of a story where 2 people, an uncompromised decision comes into 2 statements of differences that must be discussed, and even if they're not agreed upon, the other has to try and make the other person to see their version, because it's nice when you can harmonize, even if you don't want to do it that way. You don't have to. Just to understand, to see the balance, the better of the 2 ways. Doesn't matter whose it is, because it works for everybody, and it's support. Raphael, 7286, in a constellation of Pegasus. Whew.